Well, hello everyone, and welcome. Oh, we got a new follower. Hey, Foxtren, welcome in. Popped on not a subway, followed just as I got on here. Hello everybody. I'm not sure why it seems so dark on the screen. I guess because Factorio is a pretty dark game until it comes to be daylight. But hello everyone, welcome in. You guys should be able to hear me all right. Science is just right now. I'm basically just running through all the sciences. Like I'm not doing anything with biters, so I don't need magazine clip speed and this and that. But I like to research everything. But welcome in. It's been a while since I've done a stream. It's been over a week or so. It's just been hectic here with the kids being home from school, and we had some crazy weather last weekend over the Christmas holiday. From Friday through till Tuesday, the weather was just miserable here. But also, the internet was having internet problems. But we're back now, and we're doing some Factorio today. I'm working on getting set up for... I'm just going to take all of these. I'm not sure how many actually. I don't need all of them. I don't know if I need many pumps at all, really. I need some storage units, which is 50. I don't need 50 of them, but you might as well take a stack because it takes up just as much room taking one stack as a half stack. And I need some pipes. Big time pipes and pipes and pipes. Inserters, I think we have everything else we need. I'm going to take, how many nanobots do I have? I play with nanobots. I don't know. I enjoy playing with nanobots. It's just, I don't know. I like it. So we're working towards here. I don't think I need more power poles. Basically, I'm not going to need belts, but I always like to keep a bunch of them on me anyway. I think we have everything else that we need for now. Hey, welcome in. Hello, it's the first time I see your face and watch you play. Oh, awesome. Argentina. That's in where? South America? Argentina, right? But welcome in. It's nice to see you. Yes, I'm not doing Plate Up today. I'm doing Factorio. So we'll have to bear with me with that. And I'm trying to think, what is my cough button? Let me figure it out. All right, I found it. I always have a bit of a tickle in my throat, so sometimes I always like to mute myself if I have a coughing fit. Power, we're good, but welcome in. It's nice to see you. Yeah, my guides on YouTube for Plate Up, like they're kind of few and far between at this point because there's not a lot of new content out right now. Or the new content that's out was just the holiday stuff, which is basically the turkey, the stuffing, the broth, which I think I don't have it pulled up here. I think I have two. I can look at it real quick. I think I have one more automation video coming out, and that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow there's the turkey and gravy full one was today, and then tomorrow, where is it? So tomorrow, January 2nd, it'll be at 11 o'clock. Thank you, Pink. South America. Yeah, so I'll have one more guide coming out, one more tutorial, and that's basically all the new dishes: the turkey, the broth, the stuffing, and the cranberries. I have a full automation of all 4 of those, or 5 items, whatever it is, all automated in one setting with teleporters and stuff. It's pretty cool. That'll be out tomorrow, excuse me, at 11 o'clock Eastern. So this game, I do have the sound on the sounds. I do have them on Pink. I have all that turned on. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Discord audio, floating emotes. Boom mic, sound alerts, game, sound alerts. Yeah, the audio is on. Like I can hear them, so I know they have to be coming through for you. Like the desktop audio. The desktop audio is very faint because there's not a lot of. I can turn it up because there's not a lot of sounds in the game. But hello, Andy. Welcome to First Time Chat. It's okay, Pink. Some of them are very short clips, right? I'm watching your Eco series on YouTube. Oh, perfect. Well, hello and welcome in. I will be doing Eco. Like right now I'm playing on a private / here are my belts that I dropped off. I totally forgot about that. I had them here. I knew I had laid them. I totally forgot where I put those. Anyway, so I do have videos on Eco right now of a server that I'm playing on while in Caldron. So it's a kind of private / public server. It's a private server. But if you're part of their Discords, you can play. I think I'm not in charge of that, so don't quote me on that. But then tomorrow, the 3rd of January, I will be starting on a new server as well, where Miss Monica is going to be hosting one. It's not anything. I'm not saying anything that I shouldn't be saying, but especially for her subscribers on Twitch. or I guess our subscribers on the Discord can join in play as well. So I will be starting a new eco game tomorrow, so I'm going to be juggling two, which is fine. I mean, I love early to mid game is what is my excuse me, is my favorite part of the game. And a lot of people that are going to be playing tomorrow are beginners who never played the game before. So I'm going to be there to try to hopefully help answer questions. And I don't know how much I'll be playing. I could just, I don't have a lot of time especially right now because the kids are home from school during the day, so I have limited time for things, but I'll try to make it work. And so what you see here, so who asked above it, how do I pronounce your name? Chally 14? Or Chally, right? This game is about automation. It's called Factorio. Basically, if you play the normal way, you'll have these things called biters, which are like bad aliens that will come and attack you every so often, but I don't play with those because I find them boring. They don't add anything to my games. And basically, it's a game about automation. You start off on an alien planet with like copper ore, and it's kind of like Minecraft in the sense where, well, it's not like Minecraft at all. You're not hunting for things. Like you have copper ore, you have stone, you have coal, and you build all these smelters, and you build assemblers, and you build train networks, and you build like, your buses and all these other things that help you get to the end game, which the end game is typically launching a rocket into space. So basically you crash land on this alien planet, you gather resources, you use science and your knowledge to automate things, and then you launch a rocket, which in essentially you shoot yourself back up into space to get home. That's like the goal of the game. A lot of people like the rocket launch is secondary. It's just you want to get to like a MegaBase, which I'm going to try my hardest to get to that, where basically you're running like a certain amount of science per minute, and that's a personal goal that you set, say 10 science per minute, 1,000 science per minute or per second, and that's where you just ramp up. So I'm starting to lay that out now. I've never used city blocks before, but I know some people that have. So basically eventually this whole area will be filled with these blocks. So the gist of it is like one of them will have trains going through it, and then down here I'll be making, say, green circuits. Over here I'll be doing oil, or here I'll be doing something like that. And it's just a way to organize things, which right now this is a bit of organized chaos. I have coal up here, I have stone, I have copper, and I have iron. So right now I have train networks. That's what these things are here. Train networks delivering coal, delivering items. So it's a very, you can get as in-depth as you want with the game, or you can just take it very casually. I kind of somewhere in the middle. I always have an idea of having like a crazy base, but then I never gets that far because I end up doing something else. But anyway, hey Glass, nice to see you. Charlie, but with an EE. Chari? No. But with an E sound instead of the R. Charili? No, there's no R. Chili. I'm like with names. Factorio basically defined the factory. There you go. Glass says it. I never actually seen that game. That had to come before Factorio, right? Right, yeah. So to touch on what Glass said, games like Satisfactory, that's built off of Factorio. The concepts are built off of Factorio. Dyson Sphere Program is built off of Factorio. Like they're not the game developers, but like the way the game is played. Both of those games about collecting resources, automating, building things to help you build. Dyson Sphere Program is the same way. Satisfactory is the same way, and there's a host of other smaller games that are the same way. But this was one of the first that's done it this well. And this game's been around for how many years, Glass? 6-7 years at least. Like I think I started playing it probably 5 years ago, something like that. Like it's been around for a long time, and like every week or every couple of weeks, there's always there's always tweaks. The game right now is out of early access. Like it's in 1 point. What are we at right now, Glass? I don't know what we're even at right now. 1 point something, right? Like this game's like full release at this point, I believe. Glass can correct me if I'm wrong here. Hey Jack, nice to see you. Yeah, City Blocks. So got it one time the Chaili. I will try to remember that. I'm sure I won't. More than that, it's had 2 years before it went on Steam. Yeah, I played it when it went to Steam. Chain Reaction Machines, they were really... MS-DOS. So that was a very early one. But yeah, so as Glass said, 2013. So there you go. That's 9 years. Well, 10 years, right? Oh yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. It is January 2nd. No. What is today's date? January. I'm stupid. January. Oh, then I said about the Eco server. That's gonna be on Tuesday then, not tomorrow. Tuesday. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm already thinking it's January 2nd for some reason. For some reason, I don't know why I'm thinking it's Monday, not Sunday. I don't know. Just ignore me. Been over since I got to the force. Yeah, it was like out early on. It wasn't as popular then, but then as the work's going into it, and you had people like, I know Glass can probably spit out some names, YouTubers like Catherine of Sky. She's the one that got me into playing Factorio. She's done her Belt Diva series, and she still plays it now to this day. And she got me into that. Like, I think I watched her videos, and then also Nilos. I know Catherine a little bit. I don't know Nilos at all, but he has tons of guides out on Factorio MegaBase's city blocks. These city blocks are taken from one of his designs, basically, or his ideas. And again, it's like when you play this game, you're not stealing anything from anybody else. You're just taking it and using it as your own. Like when you're making blueprints, like I make my own blueprints, except this here is a whole blueprint book of belt balancers, and I didn't make any of these. I got this online, and I'm using it because I'm not going to go around and try to find like a 5 to 7 balancer. I'll use what someone else made that works flawlessly, and we'll go with that. But I like making blueprints. These are ones that I've made, except this one. That one. This one I haven't made, but the other one, the loading stations and the different things like that, I've made these. City block again. I made the city block one, and I just created my own blueprint for it. So anyway, it is Monday. Yes, it is Glass. It is about 2 a.m. over there in UK time, depending on what part of Europe I guess you're from. My New Year's Eve was very quiet. We have 2 boys here, 2 young kids. And just it was very quiet because I knew I'd be getting up. I'm usually up by 7 o'clock, 6:30 every morning. Sometimes not. The kids wake up. My older son, who's 5, he can kind of get up on his own and go down and watch TV and get himself some Fruit Loops or something. But otherwise, I get up early, so I don't stay up very late. I think I was awake for midnight last night, but I might have been in bed. I wasn't on the computer, put it that way. So, KOS is only top 10 Factorio streams that follow some. Yeah, so Glass. I mean, if you go, again, there's lots of other ones. I'm just saying the names of 2 people who I've known. I've known Catherine of Sky. Like I used to know her more years ago, and then I kind of fell off her Discord. Like not that we had any problems, but I just stopped posting on there regularly and moved on to different Discords or different people. So I kind of fell out of chatting with her regularly, which I kind of feel bad about because she was always a nice person to me. So I only go by how people are to me. And then Nilos, the same thing. I don't know him at all, but I watch a lot of his stuff. His Tyson's Fruit program. He's doing the Ixion game, whatever that was called. He does a lot of the big games that just come out, and he's a huge channel, big channels. But anyway, they have good information. I guess what I'm getting at is you want to learn about it. I'm sure Glass or other people have suggestions of other other YouTubers or whatever. To Bold Viking, he's a Twitch guy. I know Bold, not know him, no, but I know Bold Viking. He does Factorio right now. I think he's doing like the Pyandodons mod. There's Bob Angels. There's a lot of mods for the game, which basically take the base game and ramp up the difficulty by like 100. And that's just like, I struggle enough with the base game. So, hey, Locke, nice to see you. Oh, I know, Locke. We're getting there. Yes, Exterminator. He's another one. Thank you, Glass. He was one I have watched him early on to play games like that. Totally blanked on that name, but yes, he's another one. I mean, there's tons, but if you go to like YouTube and you go to your search bar, and you type in like Factorio, I don't even want like MegaBase or Jumpstart Base or malls or things like that. All those people that we're listing here will all pop up there, and they all do it slightly different. Not that anyone is right, not that anyone is wrong. It's just their way of doing it. So again, this is a game where you interpret things as you like. And by no means am I an expert. I think I am sometimes, but I am not. Yeah, there you go. So thank you, Jack. So yeah, I know Bold. He actually helped me out early on when I started doing Twitch. Around a year ago, when I had like 50 followers or something, or no, I didn't have 50. I had like 20, and he was part of the Red Circuit team. I'm not part of. I don't have any like team affiliation or whatever you want to call it. How do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to do a central one like that. I don't have any like stream team affiliation or anything like that at this point. I don't. Maybe down the line. I just don't stream enough that I feel it's worth doing. I don't know. That's just me. You know, we could literally just do it like this. Who cares? I mean, this is kind of redundant then too, isn't it? Because I have a mod where I can. It's a squeak through mod where you run through everything. And of course, I have this all in the wrong spot. And then we're just gonna. Yeah, we'll just do this. Who cares? Save our underground belts. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Yeah. So Bold does it, and he actually gave me a shout out last year, which really helped me get a bunch of followers for me to hit like that 50 follower limit. What am I at now? I'm at like 700 or something. So my goal was to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, which I haven't streamed much in the last few weeks. It just wasn't working out with timing and just with my kids and whatever else. Oops. So I just wasn't able to. So I don't think I'll. Well, we're in 2020 or 2023. So I won't be hitting that 1,000 goal, but I'm getting close to 800. I'm at like 700 something, so that's pretty great. And yeah, like this is a game where it's easy to pick up, but it's hard to master, I guess. Just like Dyson Sphere Program is the same way. There's a lot of games that are like this, right? So, but again, you play at your own pace. Like I love Dyson Sphere Program, but I always get to the point where with Dyson Sphere Program where I get a little bit flustered with everything. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do it anymore. Or something along those lines. This is going to come down to here. So, but anyway, that's just me. That was pointless to do that. This jibber jabbering. But I do like the game. That is for sure. There we go. Now I got to power all this up. There's that one. I play with a couple mods here. Mainly it's like the squeak through mod. I also have nanobots earlier, or they're called early bots, I guess. Nanobots. And then that should be there, and that should be there, and that should be here, and that should be there. And we have power. Perfect. We have power everywhere. So what I want to do, exactly, Locke. This is like the ghost mod for plate up, except you can't walk through solid buildings, but things like pipes you can walk through, and trees you can somewhat walk through. You could walk between the pipes. And then you can't walk through between. If you put two buildings next to each other, typically you can't walk between them. But with this mod, you can, because you're squeaking through things. Is that in a sense? But anyway, Shred 99. I don't know them. Glass. I'll have to check them out. Really difficult cop. There you go. So circuitry and circuits and like logistic networks. Like there's what LTR, logistic train network. I have no clue how to do that. Like it's just logistics. I know logistics as far as like if you have an assembler and you want to fill a box to a certain amount, like and you put a wire from the inserter to the box and it says only pick this, only activate this when there's less than 50. That I know how to do, but above that I don't. Excuse me. So what I'm working on today actually is this is going to be obviously oil is, and I'm going to have some basic oil production over here to basically get petroleum. You don't really need. What is it called? You have light fuel, then you have heavy fuel. Is that what it's called? What is it actually called? It's not called light and... Is it called light and heavy? Where is that? Yeah, heavy oil and light oil. That's what I thought it was. We don't need lubricant yet because we're looking towards blue science, right? So for blue science, which is actually called what? Space science? Is that what it's called? Space science? Nope. What's blue science called? No. What is blue science called? I don't know. It's called chemical science. When you hit chem science, that's where like crazy amounts of things open up. Like you start getting into better power, you start getting into modules, you get into basically all this stuff here, and then it also goes into your purple science. Things like your better furnaces. This is your electric furnace, and then what's this? Advanced oil processing, and it opens up a lot of things. Basically anything that has a blue beaker next to it. Mining productivity, low DS structures, insert, like it's just tons more things, module, power armor, and also logistic bots and construction bots, which is what I always like to try to rush, and I always end up doing it too quickly. Yeah, exactly, Jack. Kids, my internet went off, but Sake said, "Oh no, Pink. Hopefully you can do it again." What is Locke saying? 775. What's that? Oh, it's my follower count. Thank you, Locke. Gotta go because internet. That's okay, Pink. Have a good night. Crude, heavy, light. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Jack. That's exactly what I was trying to get at. I do use a lot of circuit stuff, but I've forgotten. So do I. Like, I mean, when you're doing this, I know right now pipe physics, I think, are still, they're not broken. They're just a bit kind of odd. So you have to use a pump, an inline pump. What? Oh, no, this is an offshore pump. Crap, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to make, oh, darn it. I wanted to make, I also have run speed toggle, so you can run fast between certain things, because, oh, I didn't want to make offshore pumps. Why am I making so many of those? I didn't want that. Darn it, I wanted to make, that's not what I wanted. That was stupid of me. I wanted to make the other pumps. These, what are they called? Where are they? This pump recipe. Oh, you idiot. That's so stupid of me. I can make this right here, though. So this will go to here. This will go to here. This can make engines because we have everything we need. Oh, no, we need pipe. Oh, I have pipe. Never mind. I can make everything we need here. This is going to be engines, so we're going to need 2 of these, and we're going to need 1 of these. And that can go into here. And yeah, I was totally stupid there. I messed. There you go. Exactly what I'm thinking of. Been a while. I don't need offshore pumps. There's the ones that pump it from. I need this. I need like inline pumps, I guess you call them. And that's going to take steel as well. And also is going to take pipes as well. And we're going to dump this out here. And let's put a power pole. What? All right. I guess we're putting another power pole here then. There we go. That was dumb. That was a dumb move because that's not what I want. I need the inline pumps. So I guess the point what I was getting at there is that every so many blocks of pipe you need to put inline pumps. I think maybe that's changed. Someone can enlighten me that knows more than me. I have a mod to help automate the building. My base place station with row. Oh wow, that's late game though, or is that an early game mod? Like I've seen videos. Well, no glass because I use these, the deep water wells. I cheat. But yeah, eventually you will need it, and depending on where I build, like I have tons of water. If I put my nuclear plant over here somewhere, I can pump from this. Also, you need water for what? For concrete, and then what else do you need water for? I don't remember what else you need water for. So none of these things take water, right? Sulfur takes water, okay. And then explosives, we're not making explosives, and then this is irrelevant. And then you need it for, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, it's sulfuric acid, okay, so I guess we do need water. Never mind. I like using the stone water wells early on. I'm gonna turn my volume down. My music is really loud. I like using the stone water wells early game because up here I had a lake, but I just slapped it right. Where's my power at? Here, I just put it here. I mean, whatever. It's a little cheaty, I guess, but the mod is accessible right after you get access. Oh, wow. Like, I've seen videos, speaking of that, Jack, I've seen videos when you have, like, a base in a bag or base in a train. So, basically, it's a self-building train or whatever. So, it has, I'm not sure how it works, but I guess the gist of it is you have all your building materials, your inserters, your things in a train, and you take a train to a stop, and you basically stamp down a blueprint, and it just builds it for it. No, that's not how it works. It has something to do with a logistics network where, like, it sends it a train somewhere, it builds like an outpost, and then it sends the train back. Like, that is a thing, right? I'm not wrong there, I don't think, but it's like right over my freaking head. Try to use as few pumps as possible because if you have enough pressure, yeah, there you go. Right. That's right. If your flow rate is weak or lacking. And what I always like to do here is, where's our main? Everything's connected, right? So let's put a bunch of, I always like to put a bunch of these in just because I'm like, oh, it'll keep working. And now again, is this smart? I don't know. Is it harmful? Still don't know. But we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to basically drag it from here, here, and then that's just going to fill these up. Because I think fluid dynamics, are they different now? No, they're not. They don't fill equally, right? Because this one right now is at 3K. This one's only at 300, right? Oh, wow. Okay, Jack. That sounds pretty neat. If so, use beacons and modules. Yeah, exactly. So beacons and modules, oh, that's a whole nother can of worms. Right, because these don't fill at an even rate anymore, right? I guess they never have. That's where you have to use pumps and different, like, I don't know how you want to explain it. Because this right now has, what, 15 of 20 of 100, and this is at, oh, this is equalized, though. No, this one's a bit higher. I guess they're all okay. They're all kind of the same. But I guess naturally this one would fill first. or faster. It's kind of equalizing a bit now, except the first one. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't really change anything. They flow rather naturally. Actually, yeah, exactly. So naturally, I guess is what you want to call, how you want it. So naturally, if you have 8 tanks and you flood, if you put everything into one, it eventually will trickle into the other ones. This one will fill up last, but they will. I mean, they're pretty much. I mean, within within 500 units, they're within the same. But again, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I want to do here is you set up your basic plant to just make petroleum, right? Because you don't need. We don't need. So for this, you need engines, which we can make. Advanced circuits, you need plastic. Plastic, you use coal and petroleum, so you need just petroleum for that. And then sulfur, you need petroleum again and water. So to make your chem science, which again, people refer to the science packs based on their color, typically, right? Your red science, green, and then this I'd always would call military, because military is not new, but it's a newer-ish type science. I mean, when did military science come in? Okay, no, I know what it was. Military science came into play as well as purple science when they had that whole refresh where they got rid of the biter alien science packs. How long ago was that? That was a long. I remember that because you added military, and it also added the purple. Purple science used to be alien science, and then I'm not sure. I mean, some of you guys remember this for sure. Yeah, well, I just use I remember this glass because you used to never be able to. There used to not be fluid wagons. Remember that? You used to have to barrel things. There never used to be fluid wagons. So I mean, how long ago was that? Like I remember playing when there were no fluid wagons. Yeah, my computer's actually pretty. How do you tell what your FPS is? What's the hotkey? F7, F8, F9. Oh. F10, 11, 12. What's the key to see what it is? Isn't it a hotkey? That's a debug. How do you see your FPS? F4? Mine's not it's this. Mine is a debug menu. It's not an FPS one. Oh, would that be under this maybe? No. Some of the barrels are kind of cool. Show FPS. Where do you see that? Oh, here. I'm stupid. Right now it's 60. Oh, that just stays on. Yeah, so I mean, again, the game's very in its infancy. Like, I hardly have anything moving parts. I don't have any bots. I don't have a lot of, stuff on screen, really. So, yeah. So, FPS, man, my computer's half decent. It's a few years old at this point. I think I have 16 gigabyte RAM and I have an 8 gigabyte video card, so it's decent. It runs 3 monitors. The only game that I've ever had issues with, if I'm playing Eco and I have all the graphic settings, all of them turned to max or ultra, whatever it is, and I'm trying to stream and record, it bogs the system down like a lot. But I can record it at top level, or I can stream it at. I just can't do all 3 at one time. The computer, I think that's a little bit too much. Power is asking for a little bit too much from, I guess, from my video card or something. So, but that's okay. All right, so I do have a thing pulled up here. Let me see what it is. I have a ratio thing where it's this. I have a cheat sheet. So to get the 100% petroleum gas, you'll need. Why do you need? Do you need an offshore? Wait a minute. You don't need an offshore pump for that, do you? No. Oh, you need water, because this is another thing. Your oil plants or whatever you want to call them never used to need water either. Now they need water, right? Where's that even under? I guess you can't see that in this menu, can you? But if you place down a thing, even if you take the basic one, it still requires. No, it doesn't require water. The advanced ones require water. That's what it is, right? The advanced ones require water. Why? Hold on a second. Did I mess something up here? Oh, I'm dumb, because I need you have to have advanced. Hold on, you need to have advanced. Where is that under? Here, you need to have advanced oil processing to break it all down. That's what it is. So in the beginning, you don't have access to that. So my ratio thing that I have pulled up is irrelevant. So never mind. Yeah, they're the refineries. The water is required at every step. Not in the beginning. Not to make petroleum right away. It's not. There's no water required for this. It's just the next step, right? Or am I wrong here? Yeah, this is just regular crude oil. I don't have the advanced refining yet, so it's just this, right? Now I used to have a template for all these things. I used to have blueprints for everything, and then at some point all my blueprints just went away, and I'm not really sure where the heck they are. So that's okay. All right. So for right now, I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna refine some of this into petroleum because we have no other choice on what to do with it. Do it like that, and then we'll just stick it right here, I guess. I guess this is where I would read about. I barely touch oil. Well, you need it though because you need to get. Because you can't hold on. Where's it at? Because you can't do. You need sulfur. You need petroleum. Like you know what I mean. Like you need to have some up and running, to get blue science, right? So maybe we'll just put 5 plants in, and just call it a day. I know I don't have to place all these manually, but I'm going to for right now. Page run doesn't need water. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You are correct there. So this is this one. Nope. What is the hotkey for this? There. Nope. For some reason, my like shift copy doesn't work properly. Yeah. So for now, all we're doing is this. So this is fine to just do it. Honestly, just do it like this. It's just when you get into advanced oil processing, that's where you want to split it up a bit. What? How am I out of pipes already? Oh, that's why. Let's run home and get some pipes. Yeah, so you just want to do basic stuff for now. I know I'm using run speed toggle. Just get over it. I hate running in the game. So until you have a power suit where you can go faster, I'm going to run like this. I don't think it's game breaking either. It just makes you run faster between things. So there you go. Anyway. Yeah, so in the beginning you can just run it like this. Oops. You can just run it like this. It's going to be, oops. It's just fine. Because you're right. You said, yeah, until you need the other ones. Whoops. And of course that's not going to reach, will it? There we go. All right, cool. We should be making petroleum. And I'm going to bottle some of it. Just because I want to. Perfect. There we go. We're bringing in, I don't know, because some they require what? How much they actually require per second? It's 100, so it's 20 per second is what they require, right? So you just have to figure out. So for 5, you need 100 per second. What kind of pipe hold? What kind of pipe hold? 100 per second? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works. Maybe someone can explain it. Pre-build my refiner layout to be prepared. Yeah. No, I get that glass. Like for good with ease of coal when you have alkaline steam engines though. Yeah, exactly. Coal liquefaction doesn't use water either, but it does require steam. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So for now, this is going to be fine because all we're doing is basically, and I'm going to, is it worth piping this over instead of bottling it? Oh no, because I got to make stuff out of this. I'm stupid. We're just going to set up a basic, I know what you guys are saying as far as, I get what you're saying, glass. I just don't want to do that right now. I just want to get a little bit going. And then that's my problem also with the game is like I have, you know, my basic smelting with iron. I have stone bricks up here. I have coal. I don't have an external steel smelting it because I always like to get a little bit of everything going and just let it kind of build off of that and then eventually take the leap to bigger stuff, which maybe that isn't the best way to do it, but I don't know. It works for me, so why not, right? Okay, so we need some chem plants because we need, for blue science, we need sulfur and we need plastics. And the plastics I'm going to put back on the... I don't have that done either. Jeez. There's so many things I need to do yet. I don't have a big train stop here yet. But you know what? That's fine. I don't really care. What I want to do is I want to make this... I know what you're saying is... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Is make... I'm just going to do 5. It's fine. It is fine. So we're going to make sulfur. So... Again, this is my way of wanting to do it, right? So we're just do that and do this. And then here's where you'd set up a one like this and whoop, that and then like that. And then the exporting is going to be obviously this, right? And you just copy this and you just go doot, doot, doot. and that way you can just bring in everything that you need. And then for this one, we can actually just bring it in right from here. We don't have to have that one there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's there. There we go. That's in, and then we got to bring water in. I'm going to cheat again because I think I can make a stone water. Where's my water? I can make one, so I'm going to make it. It's not a cheat either. It's just a mod. So what's the deal with the big square? So I'm gonna attempt to make have a game with city blocks. So the idea behind it, again, if you watch Nelos, he's like perfected the city block thing. Is again, so I'm trying to get to MegaBase level, and I'm not, you know, again, I've been playing the game for many years, but I consider myself a beginner. I get the basic stuff, how to set it up, but my idea is to try to have things more organized. Is have a city block. Each city block does something. Either one city block makes steel, the next one makes copper, or the next one makes this, and then you have your little hub mall type thing, which I am working on, by the way, like off camera. I'm working in like a creative world to make my own like mall or my own hub up that I'll eventually import in, and then you have a bus running and da. So I'm not sure. I don't want to just copy what other people do, but I never played that way, so I'd like to try it to see what happens. It takes up a lot of space, and I know Nelos uses like beacons and speed modules and crazy stuff like that, but I'm like thinking, you know, I don't really have to exactly do that. I can kind of maybe do it a bit differently, but we'll see. We'll see. Not any less. Well, okay, I don't want to say he did it. I just found when I went to YouTube and typed in city blocks, his popped up, basically. I mean, yes, Jack as well, but I'm also, for me, it's not to make it modular. For me, it's also just to make it cleaner. Because I always end up just having a big old mess everywhere. And I want to try to avoid having things just be messy. That's all. I did get the idea from him. Not that I'm saying that it's, you know, good or bad. It's just what it is. So I'm just going to bring these. Just for now, I'm just going to dump these into a chest because I just want to get stuff being made. And then we'll go from there. All right, it's just basically preliminary stuff we're going to make here. And then we'll bring it all in. Because eventually you want your sulfuric acid on the bus as well, or your sulfur on the bus, as well as plastics, obviously, have to go on the bus. So the next thing we need to do is we want to get a little bit of blue science up and running, and we need to make plastic. So plastic is made from what? From coal and petroleum. So basically the same thing in a chem plant. So we can I don't have to copy paste. We'll just make a whole new rig down here. This, that. And again, I always say there's no wrong way to play the game. Just play it however you want. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So we need petroleum coming in, which this is the easiest one. So obviously we just do that. And then just do that. And then just do this. And I'm sure joining them together like this isn't the best way to get equalization from this. But does it really matter? I think we're actually out of petroleum. What is the problem? Are we out of oil? It's just going very slow. These are very slow, these things. What are they, 10 seconds or something? 5 seconds for 45 petroleum, and here you're using how many petroleum? 30 per second. This is producing, this is where your ratio is, like nothing's ratioed. So here we're producing basically 9 per second, and here we're using 30 per second. So there you go. But you know what? It is okay. It is okay. We also need coal. Oh, I don't have coal, do I? I have coal here. Again, this is just, I know you should start off by building in the beginning. This is all spaghetti. This is wow, that's a lot, Jack. Jeez, I don't think I'll ever have the patience or the time to get that size. So like for me right here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring down coal from right here. I'm not going to dink around with trying to bring a train down for this at the moment. Can I go under that? No, I'll go over it. That's okay. Because again, this is all, you know, this is the Ontario way. If you want to call it that. I can't. Can I jump between these two things? Oh, it's too far, right? Darn it. That's okay. That's okay. If I do it a bit, let's do it like this. There's no wrong ways. It's just the way you want. It's just the way you want to do it, and that's not going to work. Shoot, I have to do it like this. I'm glad some of the big experts of, not that you guys aren't experts, but the experts of the game aren't here because they'd be giving me crap. I can't do that either. How do you set? Oh, I set this up the other way, right? You want to set it up the opposite way. The opposite way. You want to have it like this. So basically you want to have it coming in like this, right? And then you want to have it going out like that. There we go. So we'll do fast inserters, doot, and doot. And then you want to have these spitting it out like this. And that's going to be in. This is going to be input. This is going to be output. There we go. That'll work. That will work. And the coal will eventually come down, and then this will spit plastic out. And we can kind of do the same thing. Do I have a power pole here? We can kind of do the same thing as we're doing here, just to get some in. Just to get some in. And then we can go from there. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I could manually feed the science rigs, because I could carry this in your pocket, right? Maybe we'll just do that. Doesn't that make more sense? I don't know. The huge block train ring networks. Like our road jack says. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just like, this is the thing with Factorio. Let me just spell it out for you guys. Is like, you can play no trains at all. Use all belts, which I've thought about before. I mean, that'd be cool. But you don't want to play a railroad or a rail world if you're doing that. But I like railroads. I kind of get the gist of them. But again, with the city block designs, like this one here would have your rails going through. I think that's how you lay it out, right? Like this, the middle ones would all be the ones that have like your rail lines going through. And then each one here, like this one would be oil refinery. The one up above this would be sulfur. This one would be this. And I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Again, I'm trying to just do it the Ontario way sometimes. I'm missing a power pole up here. Let's go fix that. Let's go fix that while I'm here to see it. There we go. Thank you. Again, there's no wrong way. You just do your way. And these are just my chests from just dumping random things in that are just taking them inventory. So, you can. Blueprint websites have been taken over by the city, but really, Glass? I mean, I've known of city blocks for a long time. I haven't played Factorio in many years, not many years, but the last time I actually played Factorio seriously was with Wally and Lana, and I think IT, and I think Phazian was still around. He passed away, was that 2 years ago now? So it's been, or maybe a year ago. It's been a long time since I played Factorio. We were playing I'm not sure if it was the Bob's Angels or it was that we played bunch of different. One that we played was, I think it was a lava map. So we played a different bunch. You had to be on stone tiles or you would die because it'd be like lava or something. Another one we played where it was, I think it was a spiral. The ores were set up in a spiral. So you had to like filter everything out. And like, I mean, there's so many different ways you can play this game. What am I missing here? Where's the coal at? I didn't connect it. What an idiot. I'm the idiot. I totally didn't connect it up here. Whoopsies. Yeah, we're just going to kind of steal coal from this and just do that. Because why not? Why not? This is fine. Fine. It's fine. I'm not sure why these are set here, honestly. I didn't remember setting those at all. It was a long time ago. It could have been Glass. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what Jack has here. I should be able to click on this. Wow. There you go. Is this your map? Is this your game? Yeah, this is exactly what I want to kind of strive for eventually. You have a 4-lane, 4-lane train network, basically, and then each block is doing, some blocks don't do anything. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is yours, right, you said? I can't stand poly complexity. Yeah, I mean, what's the thing, Glass? Like, with this game, is there's so many, not so many, there's a few. There's Bob's Angels, there's Pyanodons, there's what? I'm sure there are other, like, those are like the big modded games. It just adds complexity upon, it just makes it insane, especially if you're the type that likes to ratio things perfectly, which in the start here, I'm not ratioing anything, as you can tell, because you need a lot more refineries for the sulfur and for the plastic that I'm trying to push out here. But yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Then you have some blocks that are just filled with solar panels. I could make solar panels. I should try to make some of those. Actually, no, I can't. What do you need for solar panels? Don't you need red signs for that? Oh, no, I can make solar panels. That's exactly what I want to do. And my biggest thing is getting the train system, like the train blocks. And you have it set up pretty well there. You have main lines coming through. I like that setup because all your blocks, you always have an input and output, especially if you're doing smelting or something. So you have coal input, coal out. You know, I think I like that. That's a really cool setup. That's exactly what I kind of want to make. eventually. Looks like yours, everything's paved, right? Which also I could pave everything here. I like that. It's cool. Thank you for sharing. Maybe Factorio was one I've done. The current base. Let's see what Jack says. Wow. Yeah, so like most of the city blocks are basically just empty. Like there's nothing in them. How many hours do you have in the game right now? 21 hours? Is that what it is? No. That's just a timer. That's your local time. How many hours do you have in your current game? Yeah, because everything's like modular, right? Instead of having these huge smelting columns here and there. It's really neat. Now there's a Factorio 2? Oh, geez. That's a lot. What is Pink saying to me? Oh, Pink's having internet problems. Hold on, guys, 2 seconds. What are they doing right now? Oh, what are they doing? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. Someone posted their picture of their giant, like, curved monitor they got. That's awesome. Okay, anyway. Enough distractions. I'll go back to what I was doing. Okay, anyway, so, hey, we're making plastic. So I think what I might actually do, though, is just carry this stuff up, right? Because all we need to do to get a little bit going, because the first thing you want to work on is getting, where is it? Your advanced, advanced oil processing. So we only need 75. That's not a lot. And this is when you get going, and then you can start ramping up production of this and blah, 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 blah. Because that's the thing, that if you're doing a city block, though, you want to have, do you have all your oil processing in one block then, I guess, right? Because you mainly want to make petroleum, and then eventually you're going to want to make a little bit of lubricant for your blue belts. Yeah. That'd be probably the first one you want to do, and then what would be the second one? We're not set up for uranium processing yet, because you can't actually do that until you get purple science to get the enrichment process going. I always like going to electric furnaces because you don't have to deal with coal anymore, but they do tons of power. I like distribution. We'll go with that one next. What would be the next one? Laser? No, we don't need laser. We need... Where are the bot stuff? That's what I want. This is underneath all of these. So we'll go lubricant next, and then we'll go that, and then we want to start getting into the turbine bots, and that's going to be construction bots, and then we want to go to, what is this though? We're going to do logistic bots. I was like getting into doing bots. Pushing 800, see, this is the thing, I have nowhere near I'll ever hit 800 hours on this game. It just won't. So with Steam, should all the hours played before the game went on Steam? Oh, I understand what you're saying. You're right, because this game was out before Steam had it. I haven't saved since like noon, so 1 second. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, so we're making everything we need. Let's just run back up here. Can we set up a very basic? I mean, honestly, I shouldn't do that though, right? I should start working on a train system up here to drop off all those things, right? Because we want to make red circuits somewhere else, and we want to make this is the problem with this game, right? It's like we're getting there. I'm starting with a little bit of oil processing, right? But I want to also get a big red circuit array set up, and I want to get a green circuit array set up, and then train it all in. But it's like, well, where do you start? Like, do you have a? Let me open that image back up. Where was it here? Do you have like a essential? Like, where do you have your bus system at? Do you have a bus at all? But again, I think you're past that point, right? Because isn't having a bus still something that's good to have? I always think, at least, right? That's where I get confused. Like, would you have a bus system like I have here for all your stuff, or because I don't see one on this map. Again, it could just be somewhere else. Where do you have it at? Where you're making everything, or are you just botting it in? So what do you... I have heavy, light, gas, sulfur, plastic, base game ones, and solid fuel in a single... Yeah, because it'll fit, right? If you have extensive trains, a bus is counterproductive. But, like, where do you make all your, like... ingredients at? Like, where do you put your inserters, and where do you make your assemblers, and where do you make your train parts? Like, how do you, like, where do you have that? Or are you just doing, do you have a city block that basically just trains all that in your robots to make it? Like, 200 hours is a lot. I mean, I'm just